Welcome to All Access, your backstage pass to local theater and live events taking place in Lake County. From a new theater production to bands performing at local venues, we've got your all access to the latest and greatest live entertainment in our lakefront community. Hello, and welcome to All Access. We've got your backstage pass to Lake County's live arts and entertainment events. This time, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into Melon Patch Players behind the scenes at their show, Lend Me a Tenor. Come and join me.
Guess who?
Yeah.
Oh, now aren't you ashamed of yourself? Sitting here, resting quietly, while everyone downstairs is simply dying to meet you.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, you're angry with me, aren't you?
Angry?
Here I am haranguing you about the reception, and I haven't even told you how magnificent you were tonight.
For what?
For what? Why, for what you did tonight.
Hey, well, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me.
So we are sitting here with Mr. Tim, who plays Tito Morelli in the show. What makes Tito such an amazing, outlandish character to play?
I like the fact that he's, I look at him as a victim of circumstance, but in a weird roundabout way. I always saw him as an Italian Elvis Presley opera singer. Men want to be him, the women love him, you know, just like he says, "Hello, Tito, we love you, Tito." And it makes his wife very jealous, but then when he thinks she's gone and when he's getting the whole confusion built up with the different characters interacting with him. The way I see it is that, you know, he's just so adorably confused, but yet becomes a victim of circumstance and falls down the trap without intending to. But of course, still loves his wife, still loves the situation, but you know, he's lost. And it makes him so interesting. I just love the character.
And this is your second time playing this?
Yes, I played it at the Shoestring Theater in Lake Helen about 2011 or 12, I believe.
What's the hardest part with this character?
The hardest part, in my opinion, I think the hardest part with Tito Morelli is the accent. It's fun to do the accent, but to get it right with, of course, his flair, because I try and make him very comical, very Bialki, so to speak, you know, or Vlogka, whatever type of comical, you know, allusional connection you want to make. And I just, it's interesting finding that connection that makes him both enjoyable, lovable, but also serious. The guy at some point wants to kill himself. And then next minute he is like, okay, let's have a good time. You know, he's very comical.
What do you find that you like better? Do you like the comedies better? Does it just depend on the actual script?
Well, I'm a character actor. I have to play somebody that is something completely different than myself. I love playing characters that have a side to them that is no connection whatsoever with me. Otherwise, it's not acting. And I have had to play parts where the character's a lot like myself, and it is harder because you know, you become more subconscious of yourself, and then you're wondering, how can you get the audience to respond to that character? Do they respond to you in that fashion? And then you really start to analyze yourself. Whereas you step into the shoes of like Tito Morelli, you just remember to not just play to the script, but play to the character's heart, and how do you envision him to act? And that makes it more intense and makes it more interesting for the audience.
Hello, Maria. So nice to meet you. I was just speaking with your husband, Tito.
Why?
Well, we were doing a little interview about your show.
Oh, okay.
So, can you tell me a little bit about you and Tito?
Well, we came here from Italy to do the first time in America with the show, the opera. And Tito is here somewhere, and I got dragged along. You know, I hate the trains. I hate the hotels, but here I am.
And how do you like the cast that he's with?
Oh, the cast, they are wonderful.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, even Diana.
Well, she's kind of sexy, you know. She's hot. And I know she's after my Tito.
No.
Yes. But she's very good.
And tell me a little bit about your relationship with Tito. Everything going great?
Well, it's a little rocky, but I have to keep my eye on him. He likes, he likes
Bosoms.
bosoms. Yes.
Tell me, this is your first show here, directing,
Yes,
correct? And
directing,
Patch?
yes.
Why'd you decide to pick this one?
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. I think just the whole story of Lend Me a Tenor is just kind of great, and I like to make people laugh. I don't do it on purpose, but I like to make people laugh. So I felt it was just kind of obvious choice to pick.
What's been the most challenging part of directing this type of comedy?
Timing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's not me up there performing. It's kind of making sure that all of you have the timing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not that maybe naturally you do have the timing, but just kind of making sure it works within the blocking and stuff like that.
That's what the whole show is about, is the timing.
Yes, absolutely.
And you've got a really great cast.
Yes,
It's
I
a
do.
small cast
They're
of 8.
amazing. Oh, gosh.
You have an amazing person playing Diana.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah. Diana's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, she's really
Absolutely
good.
amazing. You should
that
come
would be
see her.
me. Yes, please come see me. But no, you have a very talented cast.
Yes, they are amazing. I could not ask for a better cast. It was great, and I love that how open you guys are to ideas and how giving you are with ideas, and it's great. You guys are funny naturally, so I don't have to work very hard.
It works. We all work really well together.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we have a
listen
great
to
leader.
each other.
We have a
and
great
so,
leader.
oh, thank you.
This one has been shown or been portrayed on Broadway. What makes our little show a little bit different than the Broadway show?
Well, obviously, I mean, aside from the people, obviously.
Right, we haven't made it that far yet.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Not yet.
We're close.
Almost ready. I think just basically the atmosphere and just, I think it's a little bit more intimate than the Broadway version, only because they might have used more people or just, I mean, the theater, aside from being a little bit smaller, is a little bit more intimate, which I love.
Right.
And I think, I mean, I don't know personally about their cast, but I feel like we are definitely like a family or whatever.
We are.
Yeah.
And we've decided not to do the musical version.
No,
Thank
not
goodness.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
we
of
have
it. There's a
some.
little
We do
bit of
have
singing,
some.
little bit of taste, But yeah, we're not doing the musical version. Just because, I mean, a lot of times it's not actually done with the music. There are a lot of times when theaters do it without. So it's actually more rare to have it done with the music
Really?
than without.
So what's the main reason that somebody should come see us in this show?
Because I directed it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
No, I mean, if you want to have a good date night, because it's definitely not really one for the small children. But if you want to have a good date night, if you're just looking for a little bit of comedy, a little bit of laughs, a little bit of risque, it's definitely a reason to come see the show.
So you play Miss Maggie.
I do, yes.
What makes this character fun to play?
Oh, she's quirky. She's got a lot of girly energy that I'm not really used to. I'm actually more of a tomboy, so it's kind of fun to get the squills in there.
And would you say, I know you've been here at Melon Patch a couple of times. This is your 4th show.
Yes.
Do you find that this is hard to do with its comedy and kind of a slapstick comedy?
Actually, the last play I was in was a comedy act as well. It was play on, so it was a comedy within a play, or a play within a play, and it was so fun. I really enjoy comedy, I think.
And so you play Maggie.
Yes.
And Maggie is desperate to meet Tito.
Oh, she's so desperate.
Why is that?
He's handsome, he's a star and genius, and I really think she's excited. Of course, she's kind of interested in Max, but this Tito is romantic and Italian, and I don't know, I think she's wanting to explore and see, what the romantic side is, and have a fling before she gets serious.
So let me ask you this. I know that it's got a lot of energy in the show, a lot of slapstick. Do you find that the audience is going to see something that's going to be a little different than what they're usually used to seeing here at the show, at Melon Patch?
I would say so.
It's a small cast. Is the cast? of
Yes, very intimate, which is fun. Yes, it's definitely a different show. There's more risque and sexy scenes in this show, which is fun.
Might not be great to bring the little kiddies to
Oh,
this one.
no, definitely probably 18 and older for this show.
And what do you think about that director?
Oh, she's brilliant. She is a hoot. She's fun. She's
She's sitting out in the audience. just
She
so you
is,
know.
yes. But she's brilliant. I really appreciate Carrie Strong, and she's a director who will get up on stage with us and perform and, fit in for somebody. So it has been a pleasure working with her. Thank you, Carrie.
For ticket information to see this great show, visit melonpatchplayers.com. Until next time, I'm Christy Bell Bullock with All Access.